Here we are at the Franklin Falls trailhead up by Snoqualmie Pass. It's about a 2-mile hike, about 400 feet of elevation gain. This will be my first hike since the evac from the Grand Canyon just about 3 months ago. So let's check it out. Little side trail here to a fairly famous cabin, at least Instagram famous, especially in the winter when this is all covered in snow. One of the interesting things about this trail is it's sandwiched in between two parts of Interstate 90 as they come down. So just up here, I can hear all the big semi-trucks as they gear down for the grade. The stream over to the side is a lovely rushing sound. Unfortunately, the freeway is drowning out the stream. Washington Trails Association has done a lot of work on this trail over the last decade or so. Very well maintained. Again, with only 400 feet of elevation gain, this is one that you can do really at any age. And as I've passed people on the trail, and a lot of small children and a lot of people with more gray hair than I have. So good fun for all ages. When there is elevation on the trail, steps are not big, nice and long. A little over 6/10 of a mile in, about 175 feet of elevation gain out of the 400 so far. Beautiful day, passing lots of families, lots of very cute dogs as well. Feeling pretty good. Leg muscles, the ones that were most affected by the rhabdo, are feeling the elevation and the distance. Not in a bad way, but in a, yeah, I should be out here pushing them a little bit, getting them back in shape. So I don't usually think of a 2-mile hike as a conditioning hike. And it's a really good, humbling experience, creating a little bit of empathy. And I can just tell you, have a lot of joy that I can be out here, sunny day, walking through lush forest, no forest fire smoke, thinking of the folks in Jasper and all of the other towns and villages and parts of the country and the world that are dealing with horrible fires right now. So thankful to be out on the trail, not in my house on a beautiful day. All right, the falls are visible through the trees to me, though I don't think the camera's picking them up. We're at just almost exactly 1 mile as we head down. Well, there we have it, almost exactly 1 mile. See the falls, and then if I go like that, you can see the westbound bit of Interstate 90 there. Great little hike. Was thinking of flying the drone, but since there's enough people here, I don't want to buzz them all with the drone. This hike can be done year-round. The first time I did it was actually in the snow with snowshoes. Something to realize is that this is an avalanche chute. So in the winter, avalanches come right down there. A couple years ago, an avalanche came down when there were a bunch of people here. So if you do this in the winter, just be aware of that. And now, back to the car. Right now, for me, in recovery, this is the hardest part, is going downhill. Those were the muscles that were most blasted by rhabdo. So this is good conditioning, nothing serious, but I have a hunch I will feel it, and I definitely need to remember to stretch when I get back to the car. I have a bad habit of doing hikes and then just jumping right in the driver's seat and sitting for an hour or more on the way home. About 3/10 of a mile from the trailhead, the trail intersects with the road, and since I parked in the upper parking lot, decided to cheat a little bit and walk back on this nice, easily graded, paved road. Ironically, I'm having a more peaceful hike being on the road because I'm avoiding all of the families and all of the people that make the trail feel like a highway. This feels like a nice secluded trail. Just back to the car. My Garmin watch says 1.97 miles in 46 minutes, 22 seconds. That includes all the stops and taking pictures along the way. So not a hard hike, very doable. And as I'm back here in the parking lot, law enforcement is going by and checking that people have their parking passes. So be sure to pay for parking. And there are 3 lots, so plenty of parking options, although because this is close to Seattle, expect it to fill up fairly quickly, especially on weekends. Well, before heading home, decided to have a post-hike beer, so hit Drew Brew for a pint of their Hazy Session IPA. So thank you for joining me for the Franklin Falls hike. Cheers, y'all. And I look forward to seeing you on a future hike. Happy trails.